What's up, everyone? We're back with a new class today. Today we're going to talk about the butterfly kick. It is this horizontal jump, and I think it's very easy thing to learn. I think everybody can actually do it and perform it, from my grandmother until a little child. And yeah, it's super nice movement. If you can do it, you can combine it with other movement vocabulary you have and be very creative with it as well. So let's start. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to place the feet quite widely. From this position, we're going to imagine the letter U. So a big U. And at this point, we're thinking about the upper body at the point, the highest point of the U in this case. And then we're trying to follow the line with the upper body. So we go down, we make a bow, and then we come here. At the very end of the U, when we're supposed to come up again, we're going to turn 180 degrees. So I will turn in this way with my upper body, that I will face to the wall in this case. So we're going to follow the U, down, bow, and up. Turn 180 degrees. Try to repeat this for a few times, and every time maybe try to go a little bit faster. Now we are familiar with this pathway of the U. There is some tip which is very beneficial, and also to create the actual momentum later on in the technique. And that is that we're going to imagine that we have a big rock on our back. We have to carry it throughout the pathway of the letter U. So we go down, it will give you and force you to create the right posture for which is needed in the technique. So if you're a total beginner, this is a good exercise to get to know with the techniques we use for the legs and the feet. So if you would be standing right here, the only thing we're going to do is we're going to raise this left leg a little bit. And as it's creating a bit of height, we try to jump with the right leg upwards. And then you try to catch yourself up with the left feet again. In this way. And then we're going to make a few repetitions. And you try to go higher and higher. And even extending your legs a little bit. So now we try to combine these two exercises. So we have this following with the U, turning 180 degrees. Now you jump with the left leg from here. And you raise your right, and you want to land in the right again. So now we're going to combine these two exercises. So we have this following U with the upper body turning 180 degrees. Now you try to jump from the left, raise the right and fall and land again on the right. Like that. Other side, you can also see it a bit better. So following U, 180 degrees and switch. Repeat this for a few times. Then another good exercise to drill the momentum of the movement is that you try to repeat the technique just right after each other for a few times. So we're just gonna make the little jumps after each other. Go here, here, here. You can even move a little bit in a circle if you like. And there you go. So this is already actually a butterfly kick, but of course we always want to make things look better, or smoother, flashier, and what else. So how do we do that? By getting it as horizontal as possible and as high as possible. And yeah, so the thing we can focus on to continuously improve is actually the kick with the legs, to get them as high as possible. So again, if we go slowly through it, U, 180 degrees. So the first kick in this case will be my right leg. And yeah, you want to kick it really as high as possible. You actually want to imagine that it will come in a horizontal line or even above your upper body. As well with the right leg, as the second left leg that will follow, you will try to come above that. And every time you try to go higher and of course land smoother. Also, the following exercise that I'm going to show here, it can actually boost and upgrade that power of the kicking leg. And then over time, this will be functional for either this movement, but also other tricks and skills that you're going to learn. So this exercise is definitely going to give the right pulses to your leg, which can upgrade in the long term the power you need for the butterfly kick, but also other jumping techniques. So if we go to the wall, finding just a little bit of assistance here with one hand. We're standing in this case on the right or the left leg, and then we're going to lower the upper body a little bit, and you keep the right leg extended, and then you try to pull that leg as much as you can backwards, and you release, and you push again and release. Push, release, push, release. Then with a bit more power and explosivity. 2, 3. And you repeat this for like 20 repetitions. And then you switch to the other side. Now, if you have been doing this for quite a while and it's not so intensive for you anymore, we can always give it a little extra boost and make a little bit progression by using some ankle weights. It doesn't has to be only ankle weights. You can also be in a gym with weight cables, for example, where you just wrap it around your ankle and make the same motion actually. But today I'm going to give the example with the ankle weights. So we're actually going to just do the same thing with the ankle weights, and you will see and feel that this is going to give you an extra pulse, for sure. So then we have the aim of getting the kicking leg as high as possible. The other thing is to pay attention and to improve the posture of the upper body. And when we would jump up in this horizontal line that we're aiming for, right? We actually want the upper body arching a little and having the chest opened. So now without kicking, my posture will be here in the butterfly kick. And we arch and look as much forward as possible. You can also aim to spot at one point and that you have to force yourself to look at it. So in this case, it's the camera. And I'm going to do U, jump, pull, and go. So I had to actually force to keep looking at the point, and that will create the right posture in that way. And also will improve the technique, of course. The following exercise that I'm going to show you is going to stimulate also that opening up, explosive power, the right power and strength for the lower back, as well for the hamstrings, which is called the floor Superman. You lay flat on your belly on the floor, extend your arms and legs at the same time, looking straight in front of you, and then at the very same time you're going to raise your arms and your legs into the air, and then you release. But when you release, you will never touch the floor with either your arms or your legs. And then you're going to make repetitions. So here you go, 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So another thing which is going to help you to create more height in the jump is by using the arms in a specific way. So if we go slowly through the technique again, we go to the U, we turn 180 degrees. If you would go for that jump, I'm going to use my right arm as if coming from below and helping to raise that upper body. So it's like a swing, and here you actually push at the same time as with that first kicking leg. And then the second arm will go at the same time as when the second leg will come into the air. So right, left. You can also imagine that you actually open up your arms, or like wings basically, that you just have a moment of like flying in the air. Alright, until so far the class of today, I think there are many functional drills where everybody can pick something out of, or even many out of, and implement it to your training routine. It can be a good setup or frame to every training that you're going for, doing in between 8 and 10 repetitions of the butterfly to the right side and also to the left. Make sure you're always trained both sides. And with the functional drills, also maybe make 3 sets of in between 10 and 12 repetitions. So you will see with time and consistency that these things will improve. And also you're gonna get paid off within the technique itself. All right, thank you so much for watching and see you at the next class. If you want to dive a bit deeper with me into acrobatics, floor work, dance, movement, you can find all my educational offerings on my website, www.stanstitch.com. I got online courses. I offer one-on-one online coaching as well as in person if you are around, of course. You can just write me and we can see what we can make happen.